Death can be a real drag, but why does a funeral have to be? You're already miserable. Why add stale cookies in a church basement to the mix? On this week's episode, we'll give death a new life. Bareback Acres. Hello, dearly beloved. As I embark upon my new life, I thought it would be the perfect time to host a funeral for my old self. And what better way to do that than with pigs in a blanket, a strong punch to the mouth, and decadent and sumptuous floral arrangements from my new garden. Today, for my funeral, I'll be joined by celebrated grief counselor and somatic healer Naomi Butka-Dipkiss, who will be sharing a mix of cutting-edge and ancient techniques for emotional release from her best-selling book, Do Cry Out Loud, a workbook for grief. Please welcome to the show, Naomi Butka-Dipkiss.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm processing and progressing. But how are you really?
Oh, I'm in pain, but I'm getting through it. When planning a menu for a funeral, I think it's important to feed your guests something both hearty and nostalgic. And nothing says that to me quite like pigs in a blanket, which, ironically, is how I referred to my ex-husband and his new twink boyfriend when I found them cuddling post-coitus on my 1,000-thread count duvet last year, which kick-started this whole rebirth. Oink oink, this little piggy went to divorce court and won. I hope those are food safe to eat raw.
Who are we mourning? Who passed?
Well, actually, because it's so hard for me to say, why don't we go over our task? We'll be using a mix of calla lilies, lilies, and whatever this is. It's certainly not your grandmother's hydrangeas.
Oh, is that who passed? Your grandmother passed.
What?
Is that who we're grieving? What was her name?
No, my grandmother Joan is not dead. That is not what we're doing, okay?
Okay, I'm confused.
Since this funeral will just be a party for two, I like to use one package of crescent rolls. If you're unfamiliar with crescent rolls, they're like croissants for people that have never and will never visit France. On their own, I'd call them not my thing, but when they make a mattress for these little chode sausages, they're simply irresistible. Put one little smoky in the middle, wrap it up like so, and then sprinkle it with everything bagel seasoning. No, that shit is done.
It's a brand deal.
Just sprinkle it with a generous portion of everything bagel seasoning, one of my favorite things, and then serve them with a simple sauce. 1 part of honey, 1, 2, 3, and then just a little bit of Dijon. 1, 2, 3. That's a handy little trick. Just count. You just pop these bad boys into the oven at 375 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes, and then with television magic, wrapped up little sausages, hot, 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 and ready to eat. Protein, carbs, and forever chemicals, you're one step closer to death with these little rascals. One for me, and one for the deceased. That everything bagel seasoning? Well, it's me, okay? We're here to mourn the old me.
I don't follow.
I should have been clearer when I hit you up on LinkedIn, but I've been going through a lot, okay? I just moved here and I got a divorce and I retired from child acting, which I was really good at, and I started this rinky-dink show, and I don't know, I thought it would be good if we would do some, I don't know, like woo-woo ceremonial bullshit, and they wouldn't let me do ayahuasca on screen, so I thought, let me make some floral arrangements for funerals, and here we have it. A beautiful floral arrangement for a funeral.
Gosh darn.
I know. For my funeral, I'll be serving my punch in the mouth, or what my mother always called a hop, skip, and go naked when I needed an energy boost on the set of my first sitcom, Here's Looking at You, Kid, where I played the titular kid, a hard-scrabble but endearing child of a Godfather mafioso who ran a small-town Long Island pizzeria and had to make up for his father's life of crime. It was incredible, but goodbye to all that.
Take that flower and snap it in half.
I am not gonna break this delicate calla lily in two, but thank you.
Snap that flower in two!
Goodbye. To make this punch, you'll need 1 can of delicious frozen lemonade that you just pour right into the punch bowl. And then you fill that same can all the way to the top with your favorite vodka. My mother always added a 6-pack of beer right into the punch bowl, but I prefer to make it a little more glam with a bottle of dry Prosecco. La Marca is incredibly accessible, so use that if you're a simple kind of gal, or spring for a finer bottle like a Bizol Cortese if you're looking to treat yourself and maintain just a speck of dignity.
Now take that vase and break it and say goodbye to your old life.
Now you mix all of that with some lemon circles and some lavender from your garden. I like to just do that.
Break that vase and say goodbye to your old shitty life. Do it now. That certainly was dramatic.
Fingers are actually a remarkable tool for all sorts of things and rather underutilized in our culture, I think. So whenever I have the opportunity, I finger things. That was really a powerful exercise. What chapter is that in your book?
Wait, did you not read it?
I've been going through a lot.
I can tell.
You should maybe add that as an exercise in your next book.
Probably not. Can I leave?
Wait, this is a talk show, so I just have to ask you a question. What's your deepest fear?
Okay, I think we're done here.
Okay. Join us next week for our Bareback Acres Christmas Spectacular with celebrity chef Francesca Romano.
Ew. The lavender in this tastes like shit.
Okay, I think we are done. Au revoir, Naomi.